send bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly, streaming. And the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Ow!
Holy shit and happy Monday.
Hello.
Welcome, my friend.
How are we today?
I have no idea. I have no idea how I am or how you are. I literally was up here since 3:30 in the afternoon, right?
Yeah.
And I think I logged into the studio with like 32 seconds left to go.
You got right
I don't
in.
know why. I was sitting here, I was listening to music, I was looking at some shit online, and I still don't know what the hell to talk about because like, there's too much crap and too much shit that I didn't even know where to begin anymore.
Yeah.
Nonstop arguing. Like I don't know. I'm so frustrated. Like, I can't even get the words out with like half of this country, and I shouldn't be because we won, and I thought for sure like once the guy won that I wanted to win was in office, I was going to just kick back, relax, and enjoy the next 4 years. And, these fools would just go away and come back and ready to go for another election. And if that's not happening.
Well, you should still be celebrating your guy. I mean,
Well, I am, but maybe it's just social media.
well, it is social media. I mean, dude, you can't let these fucking dumbbells bother you. You can't.
Like,
you got to remember, they're dumbbells.
I understand, but like we had Jim Florentine on Wednesday last week, and I think it was him that said, "Look, the majority of people that are out there are not just sitting there talking politics all the time,
Right.
but the fucking fools that are on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram or X or whatever it is, they are talking politics all the time.
Yeah.
Like on my page, I try not to. I posted some pictures. I don't know if you saw of the Coach for Kids event that I was at over the weekend.
I'm gonna tell you the difference between me and you. No,
Yeah.
I did not see those. Know why? Because I wasn't on Facebook or wherever you posted them.
What do
today.
you do with the rest of your day?
Work stuff, anything but that. Social media has no value to me, none. The only value that social media has to me is that it's a time suck, and I don't have time to be stuck in a time suck. I can't.
I get that, but I find myself even like when I'm doing other things like work, checking the social media and
Take
stuff.
the apps off your phone. Take them off your phone.
But then how do I know what's going on?
What do you mean? How do you know what's going on? You check twice a day like every other person that's not addicted to social media. You go to wherever your news place is, whatever you decide is, Scripps News or wherever. You take a quick look. You're done in 3 minutes and you're out.
I mean, I used to like really enjoy arguing with people, and now I don't. Now I find it exhausting. I do. I just find it exhausting.
But you're still doing it.
I still, up until the fucking moment of the show, I was doing it, dude.
Yeah. The funny thing is like, I'll use just a common, easy example. I'm gonna take a guess that you're like me, and you absolutely fucking hate exercise.
Yes.
You hate it, right?
Yeah.
But you don't just do it anyway.
Right.
But you hate social media, but you do it anyway.
And you're right. It is almost just as exhausting for me to do social media as it is. But see, look, I can't go to X. I refuse to go to X. I can't go to X even a little bit because makes me really want to go out and like be postal. It makes me want to go out and strangle people on the side of the road. Like I'll be the next John Wayne Gacy if I sit on X for like a while. I'm gonna like, or whoever. I'm gonna bury people under the the porch. I mean, there's gonna be. I would crack if I spent my days on X. I mean, at least on Facebook, I get to see some friends doing some stuff. And
yeah, but you need to be off social media, dude.
Instagram, I like.
Fuck Instagram. Fuck all of them. You need to be off it.
I like going to bed, looking at Instagram, either the hot chicks or I like watching fight videos and stuff.
Okay,
like that.
but if you could limit it to that time, if you could tell yourself, look, I'm not going to go to social media until I'm in bed for the night, then you'd be fine.
Facebook is my downfall.
Don't go to it. Who needs it?
Like even now, dude, I'm like looking at the comments on the side. I can barely see anything because I'm blind, but I see Matthew Tyler's up there.
Uh-huh.
And like I can't see what his post say unless I lean in a little bit, but I'm resisting looking in.
He makes a good point. I'll put it on the screen. His point is very valid. We need to do an episode where Seth shares his screen and just fights with people on Facebook. That's a very valid point.
That would be great, dude. That would be so entertaining.
That might be the best episode we'd ever do.
Look, this is how bad it got over the weekend. I got into a fight with a Trump supporter. I got into a fight with a guy. We're on the same fucking team. Like, he said something stupid. I said, dude, do you realize we're on the same fucking team? I said, you better watch your fucking mouth. And he comes back with, you better shut your fucking mouth. I said, you're a fucking hillbilly piece of shit. And he goes, well, you're fat. I said, way to go. Way to notice that one. Good job. So now I'm arguing with a fucking guy that I
is this a guy you know or a
no?
So then why would you argue with him, dude?
Never seen this guy in my life.
Every single person that you fight with is nothing more than lights on your screen. They're
not
real. They're not real.
There is a person back there.
Maybe.
And I need to
maybe. You don't even know that there's a person back there. You might be fighting with a bot.
At the same time, I feel like it does get some aggression out of me because I'm sad or pissed off about whatever it is in life. And it helps me get rid of some of that anger without like beating my wife or kid or something like that.
Yeah, but the anger is building because you're so fucking entwined with these fucking stupid people. You can't let stupidity... The more stupidity you let in your life, the more stupidity you take on.
Okay, but I hate to even talk about the same thing all the time with me getting on social media, but what bothers me is the downright stupidity of stuff.
Yeah, but you ain't gonna fix it.
But I have to.
You're not going to.
Like I sit there and I look at somebody, people that I'm close to, right? Some people I'm really close to, and they post a thing about Trump and maybe a mistake that was made with Doge or a mistake that was made with whatever. But, mistakes happen. Biden could barely walk. The guy tripped on stages. He got lost in his own yard. Mm-hmm. So mistakes happen. And sometimes when you're doing as much as Doge is doing or Trump is doing, the mistakes are going to happen. So they post like this one little thing about a mistake that Doge made.
Mm-hmm.
But neglect to put up a story about
hold on. Teslas. So they post the one negative thing, the one mistake. Then what do you do?
Well,
what do you do at that point?
Well, with this particular person, I didn't do anything because I don't want to get into a fight with this particular person. But most of the time, I'll fire back with, well, here are the 45 fucking articles that you maybe should have put up about the left fucking everything up.
Okay, and then once you do that, what is different?
Nothing.
It's a time waster. You're wasting your time on stupid people.
I may be wasting my time. And then I'm trying to figure out whether I feel better about my life afterwards or not. And most of the time I don't.
No. Dude, all the time that you waste on social media, you could have yourself a secondary degree and a job making $100,000 a year in that secondary degree using that time for that purpose.
Biden crapped his pants. See, I mean, why bring up a mistake that Doge makes when you can bring up Biden crapped his pants? Thank you.
Because Biden doesn't exist anymore. He's just another fucking blip in the screen. He's out of there. He doesn't matter.
See, Instagram, all cats. I wish I could do that. And hot chicks, metal, and see, I wish I could do that. I started looking at Instagram last night, and I'm getting some fight videos. I'm like, all right, this is pretty cool. And then 2 minutes into swiping through fight videos, all of a sudden it's fucking Trump sucks. You fucking idiot MAGA people fucking suck. And I'm sitting there, okay, well, now I have to, I can't.
But that's because you respond to it. That's when you have to just either skip past it or thumbs down or whatever. I see no politics in my face in Facebook. None.
Yeah,
no politics in Twitter or in X.
The WNIR Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
Now, WNIR is a conservative talk with the exception of Saturday mornings where they have the we're going to bring everybody together talk with Michael Jasuk.
No, that's not WNIR, is it?
Oh, no, that's not WNIR. He does comment on that page a lot, though. And so I'm on there all the time. The lefties come out on WNIR all the time.
But you don't work at WNIR?
No, but
you're not trying to get a job at WNIR.
No, but I get sucked into the conversations.
You don't even listen to WNIR.
Never.
So then why would you be on their page?
Because
who gives a shit what's going on their page?
I used to listen when Jim Isabella was on there, and I enjoyed listening to Jim back in the day.
Well,
he's not
shit,
on there anymore. But
I used to watch Hanna-Barbera cartoons when I was 8. Doesn't mean I got to go look them up now.
I do that as well. Dude, you don't understand. Here's I guess the other problem with me is that we talked about this before on the show is that I am mentally stunted brain-wise. At some point, my brain hit an age and then stopped. And so, for whatever reason, I am almost mentally like a 16-year-old girl, dude.
Well, dude, the thing is you won't admit it, but you want the confrontation. You want it.
To an extent, I like it. But
not to an extent, you like it. There's no to an extent. You 1,000% like it. Because if you didn't, if you even had a little bit of you that didn't like it, you'd be done with it.
I guess, but what it aggravates me. So, I got aggravated because there's some sort of I can't look at Cleveland.com without wanting to punch the editor of Cleveland.com. No. Chris Quinn is the most ridiculous human being on the face of the earth. He's admitted that his rag of a paper website or whatever is anti-Trump.
Sure.
They're completely left-slanted. And then they post stuff. Yesterday they posted Senate Bill 1 passed, right? Now, Senate Bill 1 is a bill to get rid of DEI in colleges and universities throughout Ohio. Now, it's going to make sure the teachers aren't going in with an ideology to teach. They're going in with science, history, facts, and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. They're not going to hire based on DEI anymore. So this bill passed. It's a great bill. Thank God, because my daughter's going to Cincinnati in 6 months. She'll be starting school there. And so I'm glad that this bill passed. Cleveland.com posted a picture of Mike DeWine signing the bill into law. They posted a picture of Jerry Serenos, a senator in Ohio. Mm-hmm. And they neglected to post, in the same picture now, they cropped out Representative Josh Williams, who happens to be a black man who also is part of this bill. Now, they did that on purpose because it would defeat their entire narrative about why did SB 1 pass, because it's racist. Those horrible old white racist fucks want to get rid of DEI, black people, and minorities. So they cropped him out of the damn picture.
Okay.
Because he was black. Today, and then people started complaining. Some people noticed. Some conservatives actually noticed and said, hey, what the hell did you do here? So today they posted another picture with him in it and said, oh, in case you missed this story, Senate Bill 1 passed. It was signed into law. These dumb fucks are racist and they're horrible. The people that listen to them and watch them or read them or whatever are racist and horrible.
Yeah, but they're not going to be listening to you
People that watch
to change
Channel
their
3.
opinion.
People that watch Channel 3, they sat there and there was a story about Israel invading Gaza again and trying to get rid of Hamas. All of a sudden, Channel 3's fucking page was filled with anti-Jew hate. I mean, it was just literally calling Jews the most horrible things you could possibly call them, and at the same time calling Trump Hitler.
But you're not Jewish. So why do you give a fuck?
Well, because I support Israel and I support.
Okay, but why do you need to tell people that? Why can't you just support it?
Because look, I see the fucking hate that's going on, and it makes me sick to my stomach.
But there's hate to everything, dude. And the reason you see it is because you're on all these fucking sites that you know are fucking against your agenda.
Absolutely, Channel 3 posts a thing about defacing rainbow crosswalk, and everybody wants this guy fucking strung up or executed. And look. Why? Because it's a rainbow crosswalk? We should just have regular crosswalks. I mean, and then if you say that, all of a sudden I'm called every name out of the book. I'm a homophobe, I'm a transphobe, I'm everything.
Yeah, so what?
I feel the need to confront these fucks for their ignorance and their lies and their hatred. I feel a need to confront them on it.
And once you confront them, what happens? Nothing.
I don't know what happens.
You do know what happens. Trump's been a president now, what, 2.5 months?
70 days.
How many people have changed their opinion, you think, of Trump? That you've interacted with?
None.
Where you've been like, this is fucking wrong. This is the way it really is. And then they came around to you and said, you know what, Seth, you're right. Donald Trump really isn't that bad. You're fighting with the retarded.
I understand that, but I don't know. I don't really know what my end goal is. I don't know if it's to prove a point. I don't know if it's to change somebody's mind. I don't know if it's to just get something off my chest. I don't know what it is. But don't you ever feel like the need to right a wrong? Like to sit there and say,
but I'm only going to right a wrong that I'm actually going to right. And right meaning R-I-G-H-T, not W-R-I-T-E.
Right. No, I understand.
You're never going to change anybody's opinion, especially on social media. It's never going to happen.
Well, what do? Do we just let it go?
Yes. You ignore them as stupid. They call you a homophobe. You say, yep. They call you a transphobe. You say, damn right. You don't care. Dude.
I know you don't care.
This is more a CMS thing than anything else, but the CMS is innately tied to racism because we use harsh words. We use a hard R here and there. And we will use, we will call it like we see it. And it's more Neely than me. I'm just going to be honest about it. But even with that said, I get the blowback from it. Now, I could sit there and argue with every person that's ever sent an email that said, oh, you guys are racist, even though it'd be Neely on some tangent. Or I can say, you're right. Because once I say you're right, then they know they can't argue with me anymore. Because I don't care. And once you don't care, they don't want to argue with you anymore. But you're showing them that you do care and that they can push your buttons.
But I don't know if it's about... I don't know what it's about because you're right. I'm not going to change anybody's mind, but I feel like if they're going to flood the internet with shit and lies and crap, that I need to fight back.
You are the lone flickering light out there.
There's a lot of people that are out there. There's a lot of people that do the same thing that I do, and I get.
And neither side is changing a damn mind for anybody.
I get, and I don't thrive on likes or anything. I'm not like that kind of guy. I'm not that dude that wants to sit there and know how many likes did I get. And believe me, I'm not that. But I do enjoy seeing that there are some people that are on my side, that the world hasn't gone completely crazy. So yes, I get it. I do thrive off of telling people that they're dumb.
Well, I get that. Like I said, you're addicted to it. You're addicted to it, and it is such a time suck for you. Dude, I'm telling you, if you just deleted social media apps off your phone, you would get and took that time. Even if you kept them on your phone, if you took the time that you spend, if you took 5 minutes every time you're tempted to write something on social media to blast somebody and watched a 5-minute video on how to make money with AI. I'm just throw something easy out there. By the end of the month, you'd be an AI expert.
I know.
You'd be making $150 an hour on fucking Fiverr.
So if I turn my negative into a positive.
Yes, if you just use your time. You have infinite number of minutes in a day, and you're using it to fucking argue with some dick fuck that says something stupid.
Okay, look, but it's not like I use it like I'm not sitting there all day like for an hour just staring at my phone. I'm not.
Bullshit.
I'm not.
I'll bet you, I would bet anything if I looked at your phone's fucking whatever that time thing is that it has on it that shows you how much time you spend at least 4 hours a day on social media.
No, that's not accurate.
Come on.
No, it's not accurate. I mean, we'll be driving doing our other job, and if we stop somewhere, I'll get on it and check it and post something or do something and respond to somebody. But I'm not sitting there all day doing stuff like that.
Well, that's not all day. That's only 4 hours.
I don't have enough time to do that kind of stuff. I don't. And I don't sit there at night checking it and doing that kind of crap. I don't.
But you're still on social media. You said yourself, you get in bed and you're on your phone scrolling Instagram and you're scrolling whatever.
I'm not doing a fucking job when I'm going into bed. I mean, it's not like I don't think I'm wasting as much time as you think that I am.
I think you don't know how much time you're wasting.
Mario,
and that's the truth.
HandsToAmerica.org. There you go. There were storms in the area, and some heavy shit rolled through the Midwest and going east, and North Carolina's getting hit again. So go to HandsToAmerica.org, and Mario's going to help some people out. HandsToAmerica.org.
Help some peeps.
So there's some recent storms just happened over the past couple of days. But like, I don't think I'm completely. Am I addicted to some stuff, some aspects of it? I do think so. But I don't sit there.
The aspects are Facebook.
I don't sit there. I'm not on it like you think that I'm on
it. Dude, if you have time to write a paragraph, you're on it too long.
Not a paragraph. It's very small writing on it. It may look like a paragraph, but it's not.
Dude, we covered this over on CMS, but I don't know if I shared it with you. Did I show you Neely getting his car ripped off?
No.
Want to see it?
Yeah.
So Neely got his car ripped off at gunpoint.
Jesus, dude.
In Chicago.
Well, Chicago.
Yeah, South Side
not
too.
As surprised.
South Side, but you can, let me see if I still have the video. Yeah, I do. Check this out. Now watch this video. You'll see two cars roll up. One rolls up next to the car. The other one is parks to block the gate so nobody else can get in. And then one guy gets out and steals his Camaro while the other one holds an AK-47 at anybody that moves at the building. Check this out. It's fucking crazy. So this car right in the back is Neely's car, or was Neely's car.
That one right there?
The one that's parked.
Oh.
This is the gangsters.
Oh boy.
And then you see the yellow car out here blocking the entrance.
Oh boy.
Yeah, watch this shit. This is fucking scary. This actually is scary. Because this is what's going on out there. And it's close to home. So here, that guy's getting out. Now watch this guy. He's in the door and he's got the AK out the window or whatever. You see it? You can't probably see it, can you?
I can see.
He's holding that gun and just looking for anybody to move so he can shoot him.
Jesus, dude.
Are you fucking kidding me with this shit? Organized ring. Organized car theft ring.
Definitely Kamala supporters.
They didn't get their free Obama phone, so they want their free Obama car.
Too bad he wasn't driving a Tesla. They wouldn't have taken it.
Yeah, they'd have left it. They would have left it there.
Jesus, dude, that's kind of scary, man.
It is. Dude, if one of these guys... Yeah, everybody's fine. Nobody got hurt, thank God. I mean, that's the obvious is that nobody got hurt. But I mean, this is fucking crazy.
Now, what would you do in that situation? Because I'd like to think by watching this video, I'd like to think that I just throw it in the fucking reverse and run that dude in the car over and break his door
Neely's not
open.
in the car.
Oh.
He's in the building.
Oh.
This was at his work. He was at work. He was working. It's at 3:30 in the afternoon. But they're just sitting there waiting for him to get this thing, hot wired or whatever they're doing,
Jesus, dude.
and they're holding the building at gunpoint with an AK. And then watch here in a second, this car will fire up, and then they'll all be gone in like no time. Here it comes right now. But I mean, how fucking look? There he goes. He got it.
Didn't take that long.
No, and the whole video is 2 minutes. So there, steal the car. Out they go. Out goes the other. The
yellow car's probably stolen too.
Yeah, probably is, and they're gone. Boom. See you later.
Dude.
How fucking scary is that?
Man, we live in a fucked up world.
Mm-hmm. Can't have nice things. I'm just happy nobody got hurt because, I know all those people there. So remember, when you're arguing with these fucking assholes on Facebook, that kind of shit's going on. That's the stuff you should be mad about.
Well, I'm mad about that too.
Not some dummy that thinks Trump is fat because he eats McDonald's or whatever. Who gives a fuck? I do have a Trump question for you, though. Because I don't understand it.
Dude, I'll be honest with you. There's some stuff I don't like. I mean, I'm happy to say when I don't like something about
That's
Trump.
fine.
I mean,
Well,
this
tell me,
Pete Hegseth, that thing's got to go, dude.
I don't even know what's going on there. Something, what is he got, like an anti-Muslim tattoo or something? Is that what it is?
No, he said something like he wants to make the standards equal for men and women now.
For what?
So,
military?
Like training, military. And it's like, well, dude, wait a second. We can't sit there and say that men can't play in women's sports because they have a different body size. They're going to hurt the women that are there and all that kind of stuff. And then say at the same time, men and women should be equal in the military. Dude, I mean, women are created differently and they have different size and different, lung capacity and everything else as men. So the standards should be different. They still need to be in shape. They can't look like,
of course, yeah,
these fat liberal pigs. You see what I'm saying? You have to have different standards.
You do, but at the same time, you should also have different jobs, and this is where it becomes a problem, is because they will wedge. Remember that, what was that girl, Jessica Lynch, maybe?
Maybe.
That was allegedly was part of an ambush, and then she got taken in Afghanistan, and then you can't take guns into Chicago there, dude. And that's why Neely didn't have his gun.
That's terrible.
But
how do you know they're Swedish?
Yeah, they're Swedish. You couldn't tell. Their long blonde hair, the texture of their skin. But no, the problem with not having the same standard is that they're wedging women into combat positions, which I think is terrible. Personally, I wouldn't serve in a combat unit knowing that I'm in a firefight with some chick. Fuck that. Especially some chick that's not in the same shape that I'm in.
Right.
Some chick that runs slower than I do and, hits less hard than I do. And
I agree with you. The jobs should be different. But
yeah. That if you're going to set a standard, if you're going to have two separate standards, you should have some accountability for what those standards are. You should not have female combat, heart of combat women that can't meet the same standard as the guys. That's just crazy talk. Because they're a liability. They'll get some. And the other part of it, and I know you're not supposed to think this, but it is true. Guys inherently will protect a chick, which will get other guys in the unit killed. If you have a unit and you're under fire, and then there's a chick in there, the guys will protect the chick at the cost of their own life.
I understand, and I understand that you need to be physically fit and all that kind of stuff to be in combat. Mm-hmm. But I do think that as far as joining and all that kind of stuff, there's got to be separate. Well,
there was always you're not going to get chicks are not going to do 100 push-ups in 2 minutes or whatever. And they're not going to run a what was the standard? I think the guy standard was like 13 and a half when I was in. It's probably less now. I think we had to run 2 miles in 13 minutes or something like that.
Jesus.
It was fucking tough. Dude, I was always, when I was doing it, and you never know now because I'm such a big fat tub of shit, but, back then when I was ripped, I always did 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and then barely scraped through the running. Like, the standard when I was in was 69 push-ups, 69 sit-ups, and I think it was like 13 and a half, something like that, to run the 2 miles. And every single time I would just do 100, and like 13:26. I would just barely make it because I couldn't run for shit.
Look at Natalie. Women shouldn't be in even be in the military unless it's medical, not combat.
Well, I agree with that too. Again, it's dangerous. It's dangerous, and even the penalty if they're captured and stuff is so much different.
Yeah, but see, I know women that are fucking badasses that could definitely be in combat. I'll name one.
Too.
I don't care. I'll name one.
Sure.
That chick that works for Billy on the food trucks.
Leah?
No, no. I don't want to even think about her breaking a nail, much less anything else.
Right.
No,
I know who you're talking about. I'm just saying. You said work for Billy. I couldn't.
You know which girl I'm talking about?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's a badass.
And she's like built. I mean, dude, she's got more muscles on her than I've seen in my life on any part of my body, dude. Mm-hmm. She's insane.
Yeah.
And definitely, I could see her carrying a backpack and going with a big fucking gun and shooting people.
But I'll tell you what, if they somehow got ambushed, if 3 guys and her got ambushed, which one's taking a dick in the ass from all the goddamn criminals that are holding her hostage?
Yeah.
That's the problem. And they're going to do that in front of the other dudes to get them to break. There's a mental mind fuck. And if the other dudes know something like positions of other troops or code words that are going across radios or any of the stuff that they know, that's where you get into the danger zone.
I'm looking at my phone now to see if I got any messages.
Of course you are.
Yelling at me.
Like it's been 32 minutes and I haven't been on Facebook. What the fuck? But I'm not on Facebook all the time. Barely at all.
One of these dumb bastards laughed at my comment. Look at this. Some guy just posted a meme saying, "I'd rather be an American than a Trump supporter," and I have to respond to that.
Why do you have to respond to that?
Because why would you say that?
Because who cares? It's a retard.
So I just put, "You are nothing but a traitor."
Use good language, traitor. Say you're a fucking cunt, jizzbag. Something really harsh.
No, because I don't want it to be taken down by Facebook.
So what? It'll make him go away and he'll never come back.
There are Americans.
See? This is where you're...
And those who just live in it. What? Because, dude, the guy's being a dick.
Who cares? You don't even know the guy.
I didn't ask for it.
You did by commenting. You are so fucking addicted. It is really funny.
Addicted.
You are totally addicted.
Mark Gordon.
You are absolutely, dude. You're taking time out of your show to comment on what some cuntbag says on Facebook.
I was just proving a point that I'm not addicted.
You just proved a point that you are. Come on, chat room. Is he addicted from that exact example? Is that an addiction or not an addiction?
That's why I did it. Was because I thought it would be funny to do it.
Come on, bullshit. God. You did it because you can't live knowing that somebody said something anti-MAGA or anti-Trump, and it's on your phone.
See, that's where you're mistaken. If it's anti-MAGA or anti-Trump, that's not it. It's anti-American is what it is.
Yeah, but
I don't care if it was DeSantis in there.
I
don't care if it was Ramaswamy in there. Whoever it is that is against these fucking liberal douchebags with no morals and no fucking clue what the hell's going on, I am for. It has nothing to do with Trump.
You have to do it. You can't help yourself.
It's not true. I can absolutely help myself.
I'll bet you, dude, can you go a whole day, 1 day, 24 hours without looking at social media?
Why are you calling me a dick, Cody? I've always been nice to you. That post right there should cost you $20. I can't help myself. It was a joke to do that. God.
Could you go 24 hours without going to social media?
If you're paying me, yeah.
Forget paying you. Just to prove that you're not addicted.
I need incentive to do stuff.
Fine, I'll give you $20.
24 hours.
24 hours.
No posting.
From tomorrow at 4:00.
Yes.
Until showtime on Wednesday.
Okay.
But you can't even look at it. You can't open it on your phone.
I can't look at my phone?
You cannot look at social media.
There's a difference between posting and...
No. This is what I'm saying. You're addicted to it. You can't look at it. You can't post on it. You can't even know what's going on social media.
That's not fair.
$20 says you can't do it.
I can do it.
No way.
Absolutely.
No way. I don't believe you.
Well, I mean, I can't prove it to you, but I would do it.
You would, dude. We'll do the honor system. Are you going to lie to me about it? Over $20?
Over $20? Absolutely, I'd lie to you over $20. Fucking kidding me? I'd lie to you over 10. You know my situation. You lie over 20. Of course.
That's funny. All right. I seriously do have a question for you though about what's going on, and it's one place that I'm not agreeing with the president, but I don't fully understand it. So I'm not trying to form an opinion yet. I'm just trying to get my head around it. What is this Greenland shit? And why is Trump, is he joking saying that he's going to bring out the military to take Greenland or what is that?
Yeah, I don't think he's actually bringing out the military, but he likes to rile people up with something. I think the Greenland thing of all the things that he likes to fuck with people. Like he talked about running for a third term. You know, he's just getting people pissed off and riling up.
I know he's trolling.
Same thing with making Canada 51st state.
Yeah.
But I think the Greenland thing is like for real. Like he sent Vance over there to scout it. I mean, they have a lot of resources that we could use, and they have a lot of, it's a good strategic area as far as military bases would be concerned. And look, Greenland belongs to like Denmark or something. And like Vance is saying, what has Denmark done for you? Well, they haven't done anything for you guys. We'll be your protector up here. We'll, make sure that you're okay, and we'll do a lot of improvements in your country and a lot of,
So
whether they want it or not.
Is he offering to buy it?
I think he is.
Or is he offering, because then why is he saying about military?
I didn't hear anything about military today.
I mean, that's what I heard yesterday. I read it yesterday. That's why I put it on the graphic, because it said that he hasn't ruled out using military force. I was like, what, are we conquistadors now?
No, I think, look, the guy he's a master negotiator, dude. And so he knows how to say things to try to kind of get what he wants. And the problem is people take him way serious. And no, I don't know. He's not going to, I don't think he's going to actually take the military and start invading.
I was going to say, what would it take militarily to take Greenland? 3 planes and a tank?
I think there's
nothing there.
Their entire population, I heard today, is like 40,000, 50,000 people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like literally their entire country is
the size of Cincinnati or something.
Yeah, I mean, it is. And so it's not our military, a quarter of it could walk over there and say, hey, we're taking over. But I don't think that that's going to happen. But again, I know that he's saying stuff to piss people off.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it. I was like, I read it once, and I read it, and I was like, he's got to be fucking kidding. But then I read it on another site, and then it was like, maybe he's... I was like, if he's really threatening the military to go to fucking Greenland, that is a pretty gross, idea. Buying it from Denmark or whatever is one thing. You throw a couple zeros at them and you fucking make their place better. But
yeah, I mean, again, Vance is over there talking yesterday or today and just talking about how, hey, this would be a good thing for Greenland to do.
Right.
And, Denmark is the one getting kind of pissy about it and saying, no way, go away, Americans.
What is Denmark going to do? That's the size of Rhode Island?
Don't fuck with those countries. I need to go to like Greenland or Red Light District over in Denmark or some shit. Don't they have those there?
I don't know about Denmark. Normally the red light districts are in the Far East.
No, I thought there was one in one of those Scandinavian
Like
countries.
Holland, maybe?
Holland.
I think maybe in Holland. Not that I've ever frequented a red light
never.
district, but
Right. Yeah.
from what I've heard, Korea has some great ones, like Miyagi. But that's a whole nother story. Not like I didn't spend thousands of dollars there.
They're not cheaper over there?
Oh, it was cheap. I just kept going.
Kept going. All right.
Yeah, it was the best thing ever. You'd go with 10 dudes and it was like $15 for all night. Plus you get a show. Chicks breaking candles with their snatch or fucking throwing ping pong balls around a room and shit. It was fucking great.
But wouldn't it be, not to get off topic here, but isn't it kind of gross to go after like 14 guys who the 15th?
No, not with one girl.
Oh.
Like you would, where Miyadi's was, you would walk down, it was like about 1.5 mile strip. And every storefront on both sides of the road was just like big sliding glass doors with like 10, 15 girls sitting in the window, basically. And you basically went in until you just kept walking until everybody we found one where nobody was fighting over which chick they were going to fuck.
Interesting.
And then you would just go in, you'd pay your money, a couple $100 or whatever, $200. And they'd give you beers and apples, which was a weird combo, but they always gave you beer and apples. And then they would do a little sex show with, smoking cigarettes with their snapper or fucking, breaking candles or throwing change at you, whatever it was. And then you would all disappear to separate rooms for the night and hang out overnight.
I literally am in the wrong country, the wrong era. I got to really blame my parents for giving birth to me here and...
My parents didn't give birth to me in Korea. That was me serving my country.
And I laughed when my friend said, "Hey, let's go join the military." I was like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Dude, the military was fun. I don't care. I know for some people they're very hoo-ah, rah. I'm soldier guy. I was never that guy. I mean, I played the game. I certainly played the game as well as I could, but I was all about the party. In every place I went. I didn't care. I just wanted to party. I wanted to have fun. And I did. I had fun all over the fucking planet.
From what I hear, the hookers are too expensive. So
here in the States?
Yeah.
Well, they were cheap as shit, dude, over there. I mean, again, this was 35 years ago or what. It was 1987, 88, but...
You think there's inflation on hookers?
Well, where we used to party was called Hooker Hill. And you can look that up on YouTube. If you look up Hooker Hill, Korea... You'll find 1,000 videos of Hooker Hill. I mean, there's tons of video of Hooker Hill.
Well, and if you'd like to see Hooker Hill, we'll be doing that on Wednesday's after show.
You want to look it up? That's fine.
Sign up for Minds, and you can.
Yeah, we could
do
$5. I'll give you guys a tour. I'll show you which businesses I went in and which ones I did not.
On Wednesday.
Yeah, on Wednesday.
Yes.
But dude, we used to go up to Hooker Hill and there would be hookers just standing there on the corner and you just throw them $5, $10.
We need a road trip. We need to put this show on the road for a week.
to Korea.
How much would that cost us? Pack up our equipment, little lights, camera action.
Dude, who would care? Take a laptop. That's all we need.
I'm saying, laptop.
We're not going to do a show. We're going to fuck whores.
But we could do the show from there. It'd be like... maybe we give them some advertising or something.
Now that would be a very long episode on Minds.
Very long. Well, actually, it would be very quick, very short episode.
But several episodes.
7,
episodes. 8, 9, 10 episodes.
10 episodes, but it'd be about 1.5 minutes apiece.
Yeah, dude, you would have gone crazy in Korea, just knowing what a pervy guy you are. Yeah. I mean, dude, you'd get blown in the fucking barbershop, for God's sakes.
Jesus, dude. All right.
That was what you did. You went. It was funny because we were supposed to, the barbershops were all off limits to us. We weren't allowed to go to the barbershops for exactly that reason, because you could go and have sex at the barbershop. Man, I went every week and got my hair cut off post. Every single week. Literally every Saturday morning. That was my thing. As soon as I woke up, I went down to Itaewon. Went down to the one barbershop, got my hair cut, got my dick sucked. Was like, yeah.
All right,
$12.
Let everybody know that we are now collecting money on Rumble. for a show experience to Korea. Only because we want to learn about politics and
That's
the life
right.
of Koreans. That's what so we are collecting money on donate at rumble.com, super chat, whatever it is, and or sign up for mines. We're just collecting only for political reasons.
Yes, that's it. It's for the story.
Yes.
It's not because we'll get any enjoyment out of it. It's for the story.
We are true journalists and professional podcasters that need to experience life over there. So you're upset about the Greenland thing? You don't think that?
I don't. If we're using military, yes, I'd be upset about it.
Well,
if we're,
I don't want to invade anybody. I don't think we should. Be just
and
going
that's
around
my
countries.
thing. I don't want to see. Look, and this is one of the rare times I'll put on the soldier hat. But as a former soldier, I don't want to see any of our soldiers getting any unnecessary bullets or bombs thrown at them, even if it is from a fucking puss country like Greenland.
I agree with Scooby here. Trump is being Trump, but it's a dumb thing to say.
Yeah.
Like I said, there are things about Trump that I like, and there are things about Trump I certainly don't like. Sometimes I wish he would just shut his fucking mouth and do the job, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's the most transparent guy that we've had in a long time, if not forever. I mean, the guy the other day was on Air Force One and opened up the door to the media room on the plane and started talking to him, answering questions. I mean, the guy is always answering questions, always taking questions, always very transparent. Doge is as transparent as he could possibly be.
Sure.
I mean, if you listen to the left, you would think that the entire federal workforce has been depleted and cut by Trump, when the actual number is like 0.15%.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're talking, I think they said something like 40,000 or 60,000 workers out of like 800,000. We're talking about next to nothing.
Dude,
but cuts do need to be made to save money.
The left are just flailing because they're flailing. Everything they do doesn't make any sense. It's just like the whole Tesla thing, where they're out there keying Teslas and blah 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 blah, and picketing at Tesla dealers. Do you know how? I was thinking about this today. If every Tesla dealership in the country closed and Tesla went out of business, Elon Musk isn't going to feel that 1 ounce. He's not going to feel that at all. You know how many things would have to go wrong? The left is acting like they're somehow going to make Elon Musk broke. Because in their mind, if their place that they work got closed down, it would be catastrophic to them. Tesla is literally under fire right now. The people keying the cars, people Molotov cocktail in the cars, and the dealerships and everything. And what did Elon Musk do over the weekend? He made $33 million or $33 billion by selling X to his other company in a straight profit gain for $33 billion more. So if you guys caused, let's say they caused $2 billion in damage to Tesla, that is the equivalent of me or you losing our wallet and having $75 in cash that's gone.
Oh, yeah.
It means nothing. So stop acting like you're hurting Elon Musk. He doesn't give a fuck. And I love that they keep keying the cars knowing that they have fucking cameras on them. Have you been seeing that they keep catching all these assholes and they're giving them like harsh sentences?
Because they're stupid.
They're dumb.
Let's see here. We couldn't bomb Greenland. Seth might give them the war plans early. I mean, that's the kind of, I like it, John, but I mean, that's just an ignorant comment. He didn't give any war plans away, and it wasn't, the mission went off fine. Everything was just fine. Using the same app that fucking Biden used and everybody else has used. So it is what it is. I don't know how that reporter from the Atlantic got on the little list of people, but shit happens, mistakes happen. And you know what? It didn't cost any lives. I don't know, like Afghanistan did. 13 soldiers died, of which Biden never even said their fucking names because he's a piece of shit pig. So forget about the $85 billion in war equipment that he left the Taliban over there. So I don't want to hear about, a text went out to some douchebag. You know who is really the douchebag? The Atlantic reporter who saw something that he wasn't supposed to see And if it was a national security risk like everybody's claiming, maybe he shouldn't have put it out there on fucking the internet,
Yeah.
dumbass. He's the one that should go to jail, not Hegseth. And certainly not Trump. He wasn't there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. The whole thing is dumb. But again, this is why I don't read the fucking social media, because it's all stupid. Who cares? Ultimately, Trump's going to make a decision, yes or no, if he fucking bounces Hegseth. Nothing that we say here, no big political argument on Twitter is going to fucking change it. So who gives a shit?
There's a lot of theories on how he actually got on that list, but I mean, nobody knows as of right now. But again, it was nothing got harmed. The only people that died because of the mistake that they made were a bunch of fucking terrorists. Whereas when Biden made a mistake, 13 U.S. soldiers died and other people as well. So,
or when Hillary left them there on purpose to die.
Benghazi. I mean, we can talk about all that kind of stuff if you want to talk about mistakes that were made and people actually fucking died and paid the price.
I don't think Hillary made a mistake. I think she got the
did
exact outcome she wanted. That's my take. But
and Biden, who was checking his watch the entire time when the soldiers were returned home, didn't give a shit either, and didn't give a shit to even say their names.
Yeah, he probably couldn't remember them.
I'll talk to those families. I have. Let's see who they support.
Sure. Or you want to pay the bills?
I guess if we have to.
We don't have to.
But I do agree, hang on, with some of the stuff that John says. Bombing Greenland, probably not the best idea.
Yeah.
And I don't think that he would. I think, again, like the other guy said, Scooby said, Trump being Trump, runs his mouth. Which is what I like and don't like about him. So it is what it is. But yes, there were storms that rolled through again. And so you want to make sure to help out this organization if I can find it. I don't even know where it's at, dude. Go to handstoamerica.org.
Here, I'll put it on here. Here it is. Here we go.
See it? I don't see it.
Yep.
We'll be right back.
When disaster strikes, we come together. Here at Mario's Barbershop, we've turned our passion into purpose. As Hands to America, a 501c3 nonprofit, we're on the ground helping those hit by hurricanes, floods, fires, and tornadoes, right here in northeastern Ohio and nationwide. But we can't do it alone. We need your help to keep this vital work going. Your donations, whether it's cash or vehicles, can bring hope to those who've lost so much. Join us in making a real impact. Every donation fuels relief efforts and helps rebuild lives. Call us at 844-864-2637 or locally at 216-520-1977 or visit us at handstoamerica.org to see how you can help.
Right back here on the Seth Williams Show with Chris Aiken. Handstoamerica.org. Handstoamerica.org. Again, help out. Again, more storms just rolled through, so Mario's going to be doing some more stuff to help people out across the country. So good for him. He's a good dude.
Good stuff.
And during the break, I did not check my phone. Well, I checked it real quick. Apparently, it was Cleveland Scene Magazine's post that I was arguing with this dude about. And apparently, they blocked all his comebacks. I mean, it must have been pretty vulgar because they're not there anymore.
But that's good. You went almost 60 seconds without looking at your phone.
But you said 4 o'clock tomorrow. So
yes, I know.
So I'm still going to win my $20. I'm going to get it all in now, so that way I can win the money.
Yeah, I'll be collecting 20 on this too.
It could happen. If somebody can lend me $20, I'm going to need to pay Chris. I know it's a mistake. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz added the reporter to. I don't know why. I don't know if he did or not. Might have been a mistake. I might have saw JG and it was supposed to be somebody else. And I don't. I'm not.
That was Tim Walz.
Yeah, I'm not for using. He's going to kick my ass. Remember, we're all Trump supporters. He's going to kick our asses.
Yeah.
I'm not for using social media apps for national security anything.
Yeah,
It's kind
I
of
know
a
that.
better way, right? You would think in 2025 they would just have like a only secret fucking
Yeah,
app. Or
they'd have
something
their
that you
own
could
thing.
use.
You know.
I mean, Bob France and I use Signal apps for different chats. Why
Yeah.
the fuck would we have
Yeah. I mean, it seems a
Secretary
little
of
odd.
Defense using that?
Seems a little odd that they're using freeware, but
I mean, you think that you, like somebody like you, who's very good at computer stuff, IT stuff, could come up with a special White House only app. to
well, the
use.
thing is, they probably already have it. They're just not using it.
Well,
I don't know why, but they're probably just not using it. Dude, I guarantee you they have it. Dude, for God's sakes, if you're going through a divorce, they have an app so that they can track all your communications. If, like, for husband and wife that can't get along or whatever, they have a special app so that it can be used in court if one side or the other gets fucking shitty.
really?
So if they can have that for a divorce, you're going to tell me they don't already have that for national security purpose? Come on. Of course they have it. They're just not using it.
Where's that app? I'd like to.
I could get you the name of it. It's a legitimate app. I have a friend going through a divorce that is court ordered to use it.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I'm not going through that divorce thing. So good. Happy about that. If you haven't seen, I changed my profile picture to a happy picture. You see that?
I didn't because I don't look at social
You
media.
gotta look, dude. That's why I posted
don't.
the picture so I can get likes on that one.
I don't look at
I don't
social
post
media.
arguments so I can get likes. I post pictures of me and stuff.
I don't look at social media. It's not important.
Bob calls me Holly Strano too because she used to take a lot of selfies and apparently I do as well.
Mm-hmm.
I took a lot of pictures the other night. Seth Williams on Facebook, you can check it out. And I took pictures of me at the Coach for Kids event on Saturday night. Jake was
that
there.
fun?
You know Jake.
Yeah.
Joe Burdick was there. Flag guy.
The Odd Fellows guys.
Godfellows guys were there. Matt and those dudes were good. Trying to think who else was there. My friends Jim and Sandy were there. It was a good time.
No.
It was fun, man.
I think my
Raised a lot of
neighbor
money.
Jose was there.
Jose?
Yeah. That's my neighbor and he's part of that whole Odd Fellows
Oh,
thing.
really? I thought you were making a joke. I was waiting
No. He's my neighbor. It's the weirdest thing. My neighbor, literally my next door neighbor, when we had the Odd Fellows on the last time,
Yeah.
he had no idea I did this show. And he tuned in, and there I was, his neighbor.
I was waiting for like when you said Jose was there, I thought you were making like
See?
he was doing the gardening at the Hilton Garden Inn.
Yeah, right. No.
He was the bus boy for all the tables.
No, my neighbor's name is Jose.
But it was nice. It was fun. We had a nice meal and then like good dessert and stuff, and then they had like dueling pianos and
That's cool.
they auctioned. It was funny because they did it last year, same group for Coach for Kids. Triv did all Coach for Kids things for years, so that's why I was
Sure.
happy to be a part of this. And last year they raffled off a autographed Nick Chubb jersey,
Okay.
and it was a frame and everything looked beautiful. And a fucking Steeler fan won it for like
Ugh.
a couple grand.
Well, at least
And-
you paid for it.
So this year he donated it back
Nice. Well,
because
that's
he didn't
cool.
want it, and because he's a Steelers fan, so he didn't want the fucking Chubb jersey, so he donated it back, and I think it went for a couple grand again. It was pretty cool.
Well, that's good. Look, you got to respect that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a respectable move. At least
That
you
guy's
didn't burn it.
It's shocking. I was shocked, man. I mean, like I went up to they have all these baskets and stuff. Now, obviously I don't make a ton of money,
Sure.
but every basket that me and like some of my friends went up to, every basket was so fucking much. Like it was like a silent raffle kind of thing, silent auction.
Right.
And even the starting bids I couldn't afford. So it was cool that they made a lot of money. I was very excited, very
Yeah,
happy
that's great.
to see that.
So next year there'll be some coats for kids.
Yes, absolutely.
That's good. Dude, did you watch any baseball this weekend? Baseball started.
I watched some of the Guardians, Indians. I hate calling them the Guardians, but I watched some of them.
I
And,
watched, dude. It was a weird. I watched quite a bit of baseball actually over the weekend. I watched probably 5 or 6 games, but
Did you watch the cheating Yankees?
I did. I happened to turn that. I love watching Aaron Judge play anyway, just because he's a monster. Like, he is, seriously, he's probably the best hitter in the last 20, 30 years. I mean, he's really, really a good hitter.
Yeah.
But that thing with those bats, Jesus. Dude, I'm watching.
He's going to hit 400 home runs this year.
Well, dude, he almost hit 4. He hit 3 in his first 3 at bats. He hit home runs. Then he hit one that was just like an out, but it was like middle of left field somewhere. And then in his last at bat, he hit one to like the warning track. And he hit a double off the wall. It was crazy.
Are now using these things called torpedo bats.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one. Is there a picture of one?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't.
They move the barrel down a little bit, so it's like
there's more wood in the barrel.
Yeah. Now, how this is not illegal, I don't know. I mean,
because all the rules say is that the maximum circumference on the bat has to be, I think it's 2.5 inches or something like that.
Same weight as a normal bat?
Yeah. I mean, it honestly doesn't look that different from a regular bat. I mean, it doesn't look like a big old stupid bat like you're thinking. It doesn't look like Bam Bam's bat from the Flintstones or anything. It's just like the end of the bat is a little bit thinner, and the middle of the bat, the hot spot on the bat, is a little bit thicker, which gives it a harder.
I think the Yankees scored like 32 runs in 2 games.
Yeah. Well, they scored 20 in that game. It was
crazy.
It was 20-9. And the Brewers scored nine runs and got smoked. When's the last time you saw a baseball game where a team scored nine runs and didn't even have half the other teams?
I mean, I heard somebody talking about the other day saying that these bats are going to be in clubhouses all over the country now.
Oh, I'll bet you.
Look, that's a noticeable difference, in my opinion.
It is, but it's not that. I mean, it's not like
dude,
like a backyard wiffle ball bat or whatever.
No, but the sweet spot of that bat, you hit a ball, it's fat. Travel.
Mm-hmm. But you still got to hit it in the sweet spot.
I guess, but these are professionals, man.
Well, I get it, and I don't blame them for.
Right there.
I don't blame them for doing it. They did it within the rules. It's not illegal.
I don't know.
It will be illegal after this season, but
I was going to say it might be illegal midway through the season.
Nah, they're not going to, because
then everybody should be able to use them.
I say leave them. Who cares? Home runs are fun.
Look, I'm all for more.
I'm for more 20-10 games instead of 2-1.
Absolutely, I like that. I get frustrated with people. Oh, I love a good pitcher's duel. No,
I like a good pitcher's duel once in a while, but for the most part, I want to see 15 runs in a game.
Absolutely,
I want to see some scoring.
And now they're trying to get rid of the tush push in football.
Yeah, I saw that too, which I don't get that either. I don't think there's been one player hurt doing that thing. Why is it a problem? Who cares?
I don't know. I was listening to ESPN this morning before I went to work, and the guy was saying a few different things, saying that it should be illegal. It should be taken out of the game because it's boring and doesn't add anything to the game. Well, I don't give a fuck if it's boring. If it works for you, then you should be able to do it. And then he was saying you can't assist a player to move forward. Well, that's a lie. You're not allowed to pick them up. You can't pick up the running back if you're a 400-pound lineman and put him over your shoulder and try to carry him down the field.
I think the biggest
push the dumb bastard.
But the biggest argument is that the defense can't do that as well. The defense is not allowed to push the other defenders, or like when they're trying to block a kick, they're not allowed to like jump on their back and jump up like that. So if you can't do it for one side, why can you do it for the other? And there is some logic to that, I guess. But how about this? Don't let them get to 4th and 1, and then you won't have the problem. Play some fucking defense.
There was a game like last year or something like that when they were doing a tush push at the goal line or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the defense kept jumping off sides because trying to stop it. and like they got so close to the goal line with the penalties that they almost had to give them a touchdown without even scoring a touchdown.
Right. It was like 4th and a centimeter or something.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, what the fuck do I care? If you, why would that be against the rules?
Mm-hmm.
So now what? So if a player catches the ball down the field and somebody pushes him, you can't do that either. I mean, you can't assist the player at all. I guess you.
Mm-hmm. I think they got bigger things to worry about than that.
I agree.
Yeah, I hope they don't do anything with these bats, though. I hope they keep them all season. I like them.
It does look like it would be heavier. I mean, there should be a maximum. There's got to be a maximum weight for the bat, but it does look like they shaved some off at the top, and then down towards the
put it into the sweet spot.
Bottom.
Mm-hmm.
The sweet spot. Yeah.
The sweet spot. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I guess if it's still the same weight. Same length, it should be, I guess, okay. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, all I know is 20-9 was an enjoyable game, and I hate the Yankees, but it was an enjoyable watch. Just every inning they were scoring.
But see,
it was great.
That's where you're going to have another problem, though. Is that then all of a sudden, baseball wants these games to be 2.5 hours long.
Well, that's dumb all by itself.
30-run games, and you're going to have a 3-4 hour game.
Dude, when is the last time you went to any event, I don't care what it is, and then you were like, oh my God, this is too long?
Well, I mean, see, I like baseball, so I don't, dude, if you're paying that kind of money to park, you're paying that kind of money for tickets, you're paying that kind of money for food, I want to sit there and enjoy the game all day long.
What do you want to enjoy for less time that you would spend money on? Do you wish bowling was quicker? Do you wish the movies were quicker? Do you wish anything? It's the dumbest thought that they have. Well, we got to make our entertainment less time consuming. What is that?
All right, look, I don't want to sit through a 4-hour-long movie.
Unless it's really good.
Unless it's got to be extremely fucking good, dude.
You don't think Casino's too long, or you didn't?
No, but
that's 320.
When I'm looking to go see a movie and I see that it's a 3-hour-long movie, I generally won't go see it.
Okay, but you have that choice.
But when it comes to baseball, you're outside and you get to enjoy the weather, and you got the whole family with you, and you can talk and have a couple beers, whatever. I want to enjoy that time.
But would you go bowling if when you went bowling you're like, well, you got 15 minutes to bowl your game?
No.
You wouldn't do that. You just want to relax, have a couple of beers, tell some jokes with your friends.
Yeah, I can't think of too much that I would want to do other than sex, dude. If I'm, get that over as quick as possible.
Oh, come on. If you're good at it, you'd want it to last longer.
No, dude. I'm good at it. I just want to do it more times, but I don't want it to last longer. I want to sprint through it and then have
be
a
done.
Break. Yeah, and then do it again tomorrow.
It's just about shameless entertainment of you for the minute.
Yeah, we'll go to inning number 2 later on tonight.
That's right.
I don't have to a marathon. Maybe that's why my wife doesn't like me all that much.
Might be. She doesn't even have time to get a friction burn with you.
No. It's like even gets clothes off, dude. All right. It's been real. Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate your spare time here.
She's like, 3 minutes. I still got to take a shower because you made a fucking mess, you fucking degenerate piece of shit.
But in my opinion, I don't know. I think those bats look like they're cheating. I don't know. They need to do something about that real quick. Either make it legal.
Well, it is legal. There's
officially, there's got to be somebody complaining about it today.
Oh, they are complaining about it, but it is legal.
But did they?
They don't have to say anything. They're legal.
Did they go to baseball before they did it and said,
Didn't have to. Baseball has rules in place on the dimensions of a bat and whatnot, and how much pine tar you can have on the bat and how high up the pine. There's all kinds of rules already for bats, and these bats are within the rules. They just never had a physicist that looked at them and said, well, here's how we can make those rules work for us. Now they have a physicist that said this will make them better, and he's right.
All right, MLB rule 3.02 states, the bat shall be a smooth, round stick, not more than 2.16 inches in diameter, at the thickest part, and not more than 42 inches in length.
But it doesn't say where the thickest part has to be.
No.
Traditionally, it's the thickest part has been the top half, but now it's kind of in the middle a little more. It is legal.
Well, I'm looking it up. MLB's bat regulations are fairly lax. The torpedo bat remains legal so long as they follow MLB Rules 302, which is what I just said.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So they just moved the thickest part down
Yeah.
a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And I read that it was some physicist that did a study on the bats for the Yankees.
Why didn't somebody figure this out long before now, dude?
Because they probably never even thought about it.
Doesn't it seem logical when you think about it? Wouldn't you
Well, it
want
does,
for
but
the bat to be the sweet spot on the bat?
it does. I agree. But look, now that we have this, how far away can we be from aluminum bats? They get aluminum bats. Jesus Christ.
People die. Dude. It might be
That's why I think people will die. Some pitchers will be killed. Dude, did you see that guy from the Royals that Clase hit in the head?
Yeah.
Woo! That looked awful. That was dead square in the head at 99.
I don't think he meant to
Ouch.
do it.
That looked like a painful one, but he got right up.
Yeah.
I'll give it to him.
Did you ever play baseball as a kid?
Yeah, I was all state 2 years.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, I could play some baseball.
I cried in baseball. Like, my dad yelled at me for fucking real, dude. Like, I was playing Little League baseball. And, of course, being a fat kid, I either had to play first base or catcher. And so I was catcher. And because they didn't have DH in Little League.
Sure, no.
That's not what I played. But, so I was playing catcher.
Mm-hmm.
And this fucking kid, I must have been up a little too close or whatever, and he
Sure.
had a backswing, drilled me in the shoulder. And I dropped like a sack of bricks, dude. And so I'm laying on the ground, and I'm fucking crying like a bitch. And my dad came over and started screaming at me, "Get the fuck up, quit crying, blah, blah, blah." And I was, The other time I
It
cried.
hurts, Daddy.
Yeah, other time I was serious. I was not a very good athlete. I was good at t-ball, but not very much at baseball. And I went to catch like a pop fly, and fucking the glove just missed the ball altogether, dude. Like, I had it up in the air, like I was gonna catch it, and missed the glove altogether, and drilled me square in the eyeball, dude. I mean, I think, like, seriously, I think my underneath my eye said Spalding on it. Like, it was just.
That's why you can't see now, right?
That's why
Because you got hit in the eye.
I cried during that one. Baseball was not my thing. Then I tried soccer, and I was not really good at that. Again, fat kids, I played defense. It wouldn't let me run the entire field.
Right.
I would die. And I remember ball came right at me. I was going to kick this fucking ball. I was going to kick the hell out of it. And this kid slid to try to kick it away from me.
Right.
And I missed the ball altogether. I kicked him square in the face, broke the kid's nose, and broke my ankle. And that was the last of my soccer career.
Nice.
So then I was like, okay, I'm going to try out for football. And I just wanted to Pop Warner little kid football leagues.
Mm-hmm.
And so I go to like the camp thing, whatever, to try out or whatever. And I get there, and they told my parents that I was too fat to play on the team. Like, weighed too much. I said, I'm the only kid in the world that is too fat to fucking play football. You couldn't stick me on a line somewhere and let me play? No, I was too fat for their rules.
That's
and
funny.
so I was kicked out of that.
Hilarious.
Basketball, forget about it. Never.
Yeah, basketball is just crap. I didn't even do basketball. I was like, I played 2 years, 7th and 8th grade, but I didn't play at all. I sat on the bench.
So my
was
best
terrible.
sport ended up, I was number like 2 or number 1 on the team for a long time. There's one kid, Adam, I just couldn't beat. But it was Tennis, dude.
Tennis.
Of all fucking things. I was a really good tennis player. I had enough stamina that I was able to move around the court, and I actually took lessons from Mr. Goldstein or Goldberg or something like that. And I was pretty good. I actually made the plain dealer once for winning a tournament.
That's cool.
Can you imagine fat Seth running around playing tennis?
Well, now you'd be playing pickleball.
Yeah. Well,
What is pickleball? What is that?
That's more my speed. It's not. I don't have to cover the entire court.
Is pickleball just like retarded tennis? Because it looks like tennis, but they like purposely don't hit the ball very hard.
If you and I played pickleball together, forget about it. Nobody can get the ball by us because the court isn't very big. So you and I would just stand there and be like, we wouldn't have to move. We just move.
Well, that is our speed. I used to play a lot of racquetball too. I
played racquetball with my mom when I was younger. And then my story about racquetball. So again, I've been fat forever. But I was decided I was going to lose some weight. So I was dating this girl. And she was kind of a bigger girl, too.
Sure.
And we were playing racquetball all the time. Mm-hmm. And we joined the Y. And we're going to lose weight. And we're going to play racquetball. We're going to do all this stuff. And it was great. Except every fucking time after playing the Y, we were hungry.
Right.
And there was a Pizza Hut right the fuck next door. And so we'd walk from playing racquetball. We're like, all right, well, we worked out so we could eat. And I swear to God, I'm not joking. I would get a large sausage and mushroom. She would get a large taco. Both of us would be eating a large ass pizza ourselves and think that we did something good for ourselves. It was the most ridiculous thing ever.
I'm in shape here. I just finished working out.
Now I'm going
to have a gordita or 3.
Give me a large. And she got the large taco with sour cream all over it. It was just a disaster of a relationship. But she was really, I lost my virginity to that girl.
Oh, look at that. Hubba.
Small world, dude. I found out years later, right,
that
she was cheating on me with a guy named Tom.
Wow.
Found out that fucking guy worked with me at the radio station. 20 years later, I found it out.
Nice.
How crazy is that? I was 16.
Did you talk about it to him, or did you not know when he was working there with you?
I didn't know until he left, and I found out. I was like, holy shit, dude.
That's crazy. Yeah,
my sporting life hasn't been really that good. So I wish I had torpedo bats back when I was a kid.
Yeah, I was good at baseball. That I was really good. I played some tennis, but baseball, like I trained, dude. Remember back in the old days when you used to have the sporting news? Remember the sporting news? The newspaper? I used to have a subscription to that when I was like 13 years old. And in the back, they used to offer these baseball camps. And my mom and dad forked over big money, $2,000-$3,000 a summer to send me to baseball camp. And like one year I went and was trained by the Mets. Like Lee Mazzilli was like the lead guy, and I was trained by the Mets players. And 2 different years I was trained by Rick Cerrone and the Yankees. And dude, my most favorite moment ever was I was catching, even though I'm left-handed, I was catching, and I caught Dwight Gooden his rookie season.
Nice.
And he threw a ball so hard that it ripped out the pocket of my catcher's glove.
Was it covered in blow?
No, he may have been high. I don't know. But, man, did he throw hard. I just remembered I went to catch the ball because I was catching, and it hit me in the chest anyway. And I was like, what the? I was like, how did I miss that? And I looked at and the whole pocket was just ripped. Because, it was a glove that you buy at Kmart or whatever.
Yeah.
It wasn't made for a pro, and he ripped it out. But the coolest thing was he took the glove with him, and he brought it back the next day completely restrung and signed by every member of the Mets.
That's awesome.
And it's still, I'm pretty sure it's still at my mom's house, actually. Probably sell that sucker now, but it's like I think Darryl Strawberry was on that team too. And
yeah.
There was
couldn't split the pizza. No, we were fat.
Yeah, split the pizza. What's that?
But back then, pizza was pretty cheap.
The only thing you were splitting then was the cost to go play racquetball. Well, even then, you probably weren't. You probably both had individual memberships, right? And it came free with the membership, racquetball courts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A 60-year-old cheater whore. Yeah, she had some experience when I met her, dude. And she was,
Who wants a 16-year-old virgin? No, thanks.
I can't. I'm not even gonna tell the whole story because I don't want. There are statute of limitations, right? I'm assuming they've run up.
Oh yeah.
Her entire family. There's a bunch of girls in the family. They were all
Throwing it around.
Yeah, a little bit. Lovers,
Oh,
not
that.
fighters.
I call them the awesome family.
And by the way, I said I was 16. I'm not telling you well, what she was.
She, of course, was 15.
She, of course, 19. No. I think she was. She was 15 years old. Dude.
Yeah, there she was. She was 15.
Well, like
4 years before.
But her parents were actually supportive.
I'll bet.
I never told you that story?
No.
All right, hopefully my wife isn't listening. But I was 16 years old. Who cares?
Yeah, whatever.
So one day we were sitting on the couch and thought everybody had gone to bed and all that kind of stuff. It was at her house.
Mm-hmm.
She starts going downtown, dude.
Okay.
And I'm fucking, dude, I was 16 years old. Dude. I was happy as a pig and shit, dude. You couldn't get any happier than that. And her mom walks out right in the middle of it, dude. And I'm like, oh, fuck, dude, I'm dead. I'm like, just going to call the cops. And, something. And she goes, look, we're not asleep yet. Can you just go to the bathroom and do this?
All right.
I was like, hell fucking yeah, dude. Like,
hell yeah.
I should marry that girl.
That's funny.
My sport now, though, that I want to try to get into again with one leg.
Chess?
Is golf. I was actually decent at golf.
All right.
I used to play like with my bosses and stuff, like in the morning after working. Or
Now, was it the real golf or putt-putt?
no, real golf, man.
All right.
I played some of the courses around here, and I had like a Superman bag, which is kind of cool. And like, dude, I looked like a fucking golfer, except for like I had shorts and a tank top on.
Sure.
Like, an asshole, but
Dude, you know who would go with you in golf? John Drake.
Really?
Yeah, he loves golf. You,
But
him,
I
and
don't-
Tony, you could go do some golfing.
I just don't know how good I'd be now. I haven't tried it with a leg. I don't know if I need a lot of.
Well, you'd suck, but you'd get used to it. You'd figure it out.
problem.
You'd suck the first time, but you'd get used to it. You figure it out.
I had like a scope to tell me how far away it was away from the pin and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a golf dude. I had
I guess so.
gloves and everything. And man, I
You
had
were a
naked lady.
team-shot dream.
I had naked lady tees and stuff like that. But I had to go to the team shop and like deck myself out in, like a hat and everything.
They loved seeing you. Come on in,
yeah.
Mr. Williams. Make sure you bring your wallet with you.
That's because that's who I'm like Mr. Gimmick and shit. If I see like a commercial for something, I have to have it. And I like to buy stuff.
You were the guy that came in dressed normal and came out with the pants at your knees, the foofy pants at your knees with the high top socks and the beanie hat and
screwing cleats for my shoes
Right.
and stuff.
43 clubs in your bag because somebody
everything.
told you that each one does something different.
Like I said, the Superman bag, and then I had like Batman covers for the clubs
Sure.
and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I'm that dude. I'm the same thing
Yeah.
with like kitchen stuff. Like,
Okay.
I watch a lot of cooking shows, and just because I watch cooking shows, I like to consider myself a chef. So like
You told me a dozen times you guys never cook.
we don't. So I mean, that's why I have all this shit, and I don't know what to do with it. I bought like this thing called a crimpet. And like I saw it on Amazon, so I had to have it. So it's like you put like bread inside of this thing, put a sandwich, or
Right.
whatever, make a sandwich, and then you smush it together. And it's supposed to crimp it so it looks like I don't know, like a folded up, sealed sandwich.
Okay. Yeah.
There's no fucking point in it, but I had to have it. The other day I bought a salad spinner,
Yeah, I know you told us about the salad spinner.
And
Have you used it?
vegetable chopper. No, but I have it on the counter. I like, clear it off the counter
Oh, well,
space.
it's getting close.
So it's on the counter, but it looks good, is what I'm saying. Like my kitchen looks good. Like I have a Star Wars crock pot, I have a Star Wars blender and stuff, and like a toaster. Like I have a Star Wars toaster that like on one side it burns like imprints like the Rebel sign, and the other side the Empire sign. So I have cool shit in my kitchen to make me look like I cook a lot. I just don't. If I spent half the time cooking as I do on Facebook, I'd be a fucking multi-millionaire chef. That's so terrible. How did you say that?
That's funny.
I'm glad I could help you feel better about your life. But it is my life. I feel rather pathetic at times.
Whatever.
I like looking like I know how to do stuff. I just don't know how to do shit. Like the other day, again, I'm gonna have to look up instructions on this girdle thing because it's impossible to. I refuse to.
Does it have a zipper or something that you could like?
That's what I gotta look for. There's got to be something because I tried again the other day, and it's just there's no way that any normal human fat guy is getting into this fucking thing. So there has to be something that I'm missing, a zipper or like pull out section or something.
Right.
Because I can't work it. So again, I like to buy stuff, and I just don't know how to use it. I bought a garden hose the other day too, and I don't know how to hook it up to my house. I can't find a place to hook it up.
You bought a garden hose. You don't even know if it'll attach anywhere in your house.
I'm assuming that every house has some sort of a hose hookup, right?
Well, you'd think, but you don't know if yours does.
I don't know. I haven't
You've been there 3 years.
Well, I didn't have a garden hose.
You've never walked around your house.
I never walked around looking for a place to hook up a garden hose to. But the other day, I saw one. It was on Amazon. It was like $20. I was like, all right, I'll use a credit card and give myself a garden hose because I want to be that guy to be able to open up my garage and pull my car out and hose down my car or hose down the dog or something.
You're never going to do any of that.
Yeah, I am. And I got like a workbench that I can like do stuff on.
You are never going to use any of this shit. None of it.
Like I want to whittle something. I want to whittle like a picture.
Whittle?
Like carve or something. I want to do something like a tool guy would do in like my garage.
And you think that's whittling?
Well, I mean, something like that. I could get I'm picturing myself in like one of those like lawn chairs or something like that. I'm sitting in my garage. I got the hose in one hand, carving something in the other hand. I'm doing something. I got the radio on and people walking around. I'm like, hey, neighbor, and doing that kind of thing. That's the kind of guy I want to be. I want to be home guy.
How many whittled birds do you assume Charlie Kalani has at his house?
Look, my
I'm
grandfather.
thinking 0.
But my grandfather carved like a big, we said bird actually, carved like a wooden bird, like eagle kind of thing,
right,
out of a piece of wood. And it was great. So I want to be that guy. I want to be normal home guy.
That's not normal home guy.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
In the movies, it's normal suburban home guy.
In the movies.
That's what I'm going to be. What's wrong with that? I want to be.
I don't know a person in my life that's ever whittled a goddamn thing.
Stop buying shit, Seth. Get it. Clue
Damn.
first. That's fucking mean to say.
That's
Why
mean.
would you say that?
Now you got to look him up on Facebook and yell at him.
Yeah, just because I have goals in life to be home guy doesn't mean you have to shit on them. God, that was really mean, dude. Get your ass down here fast in Orlando, and we'll play anytime. See,
there you go. You can go golf in Orlando.
And he's got one leg too.
Yeah, there you go. 3-legged golf.
Between the two of us, we'll have 2 solid legs to play golf with.
2 solid, 2 steel. Be great.
There you go. So I don't know. I have aspirations to be home guy, and maybe I wouldn't be on Facebook as much if I had my gardening hose and I could water flowers and shit, and I didn't have to be on Facebook.
Yeah.
Ideal situation: lawn chair, girdle on, beer in one hand, carving something in the other, garden hose by my side, dog attached to something, and not on Facebook.
Realistic idea: sitting on your couch with your phone in your hand.
I'm going to lose $20 by the end of tomorrow. Well, will you take a out-of-the-box garden hose?
I'd know where to hook it up in my house.
I don't know if I can either. So, all right, we got somebody on Wednesday, right?
We do. I forget his name. He's the former singer of Saving Abel.
Former singer.
Scotty Austin.
I like the one song.
Addicted.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
He's got a couple of songs.
Yeah, they got some songs, but he's now not in Saving Abel. He's out solo, and he's going to be at the I believe at the Winchester on the 22nd of next month.
All right.
So we'll be talking to him about coming here and touring and Saving Abel and leaving the band and blah blah blah.
How many chicks he's banged? Back rooms or somewhere.
Yeah, he looks the part that you can ask your questions.
Fantastic. So we will do that on Wednesday, and don't forget to sign up for the extra content. Minds.com/Seth Williams Show.
Yes.
Minds, MINDS.com/Seth Williams Show. We'll be taking a look at Hooker Hill.
Yes, that's fine.
So we will enjoy that.
Yeah, I'll show you around.
Have yourself a great rest of your night and a good Tuesday, and we will talk to you, God willing, on Wednesday.
See ya.
See ya. If I can find the goodbye song.
It's not in there?
Well, I didn't look for it. Wait, there we go. This is it. Wait. Maybe.
Seth Williams loves this land, stands tall and proud. Believes in freedom, speaks his mind out loud. Mentored by Trip, he learned to be tough. Life knocked him down, but he got back up. Lost a leg, but he's still strong and true. Chasing dreams under skies of red, white, and blue. Voting for Trump, he shouts it clear. WTAM tried to bring him down, but he's still here. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. Hates LeBron James, won't wear that crown. Prefers hard work and blue jeans in this town. Radio waves try to shut him up, but Seth keeps singing, filling that cup. From the small town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. Town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the